right, Gordon. How was that out there? You won the single speeds.
Back on, man.
Yeah? How
back
was it?
on
What
single
happened?
speed. It was great, man. I had a really good time. It felt really good to be back on the pivot less. Like, that spike's such a sweetheart. It rides me out of so many issues and holes and stuff, but I loved it. I overgeared today, 34.19, kind of knowing it was the gravel day, but also to kind of like kick myself in the pants, like get ready for this thing.
So people say it's the gravel day, but is it kind of a misnomer?
Yeah, it's not true. Especially, they seem to have added a bunch of single track kind of at the end. And it was wet. It's been dry in Pennsylvania for a month, and it was sloppy, slimy wet. So figure that out. But it was great. I had a good start, and was sitting with on the tail gun in that front group, riding with Ryan Johnson, and then my saddle came loose. It started clattering and rattling and stuff, and we were going down a long steep descent, and I said, man, something's not right. So I checked my bottles, and it wasn't them, and I checked my seat pack, and it wasn't them, and I squoze myself together, and it stopped. So it was my saddle, and I stopped to tighten that puppy up. And at that point, it was like solo Gordon the rest of the day, you know. So I kind of lost that advantage of the group, but it was fine. You know.
Do you think, minus the rattly saddle, you'll be able to hang with Kerry and the guys tomorrow?
I'll try. Tomorrow's a tough day, single track wise, where today really wasn't. So we'll see. I mean, I have a rear liner in the back, and I felt really good on the bike today, handling wise. So that's the goal. But you know, single speed is kind of you stick it as long as you can, and hope that builds you as much of a gap as you can, and hope that the guys behind you don't have the same toe. You know, I mean, that's it.
Now, are you following single speed law and keeping the same gear for the entire stage race?
I think I'm going to change tomorrow, but those nerds are on full suspensions, so what rules are there anyhow? God, get me going. Jeez. Talk about gear ratios. I want to know what's your rear shock pressure. What's your brain status? Man, it's cool. Whatever. Do whatever.
I mean, to explain to the people who don't understand the single speed, like, how were you able to ride? I saw you riding up. Mm-hmm. It's not a Wildcat. What is that called? That last? Because Wildcat's the gnarly descent, the enduro thing. With that slimy thing where I saw you in the rock gardens.
Slipping and sliding. That thing was slippery
how do you ride
today.
That stuff?
Just muscle tension, focusing super far ahead. You know, single speed, you develop this appreciation and understanding of traction zones. So where can I put down the most power? And it's just like dancing the mamba in my head, where it's just there's a timing and a pressure that you just kind of get a really good sensitivity to. But that was hard, man, because there wasn't anywhere to put down pressure, man. It was just like sliding around.
So you've been dabbling with the gears over the past few years.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you're faster on the single speed? Or have you had results on the geared bike that you feel are better?
On the geared gravel bike, I don't ride gravel on single speed just because it seems awful, man. It just seems, I mean, those races are always kind of endless, boring roads anyhow. So why would I want to do that to myself? You know, give me some options. Get me out of here. Like that's the beauty of gears on gravel. But you know, out here, especially the mountain bike, it takes it back to mountain biking to me, like to this really simple, clean state. Of course, we throw in suspension and carbon fibers and tire liners and all of that stuff, you know. But it feels really right in the mountains, you know.
Would you mess around with these full suspension single speeds you see here this year?
I never have. Yeah, it is rough, but I mean, life's rough, Tom. You just, you know, you go out there and you give 110%, and you do what you can do. I don't know that I would. It'd probably be a lot of fun. I'm not saying it's not, but I don't know that it's not fun. And that's cool. We can all have different types of fun and then talk about it.
All right, thanks.
Cool, brother.